One of the Chamber was definitely one of our leading tracks going to New York. You know, we knew that out out of all of the demos and out of all of the songs we had written, we had definitely narrowed it down into a really solid four, and I still stand behind that. The four that we brought there were definitely very strong tracks. We weren't sure as far as the development goes in the studio. You know, we had an idea on what the standout tracks would be, and we had an idea on, you know, what might be, you know, Joel's favorite and what would get him excited. But One in the Chamber was just one of those songs that right off the bat, everybody in the studio just knew was a hit. You know, it felt like all of the videos and all of everything that I've seen on YouTube and on podcasts. When you see your favorite artist cutting their hit record in the studio, and everybody's just in there dancing around, looking at each other, and everybody just knows in that moment that, wow, this is a hit.
Hearing that song in that studio getting mixed, it was like hearing it for the first time all over again, and hearing it the way we always knew it could sound.
There were little things that changed throughout the track, from the original demo that we brought and the final record that we came out with, that really just transformed the song. You know, I mean, we got to watch you know, Joel Hamilton get into the actual vocal booth and, you know, record the is it the tambourine? I believe, was it the shaker? Yeah, so we got to watch Joel Hamilton get into the booth and play on our own song, and man, when he got excited about that one, you know, and I remember seeing that excitement when Joel was sitting there at the console and was staring off into space, and then just, it was like a light bulb moment. He said, "This needs a shaker," and man, did it need the shaker. And that's something, you know, it's these little things that we never would have thought of, that like, now I can't picture the song without it. And that is something that he said to us. He goes, you know, these little changes, you'll know that they're the right changes to make, because I guarantee you, as soon as this is over with, you won't even be able to remember the song the way it was before.
Comes up with so many little ideas, you know. The magic of the studio is sometimes it's just the little things, you know. It's the little bits and pieces that you throw in that just bring a song to that next level of completion.
I think one of my favorite moments from recording One in the Chamber was, you know, it was the first time I've ever been in a vocal booth with, you know, beyond just myself. You know, having all of the guys in the booth recording stuff like the claps, you know, recording little background parts on the bridge, and, you know, just really tightening everything together for that incredible guitar solo that comes right through after the bridge. You know, being able to share that moment with the guys, especially, you know, being all next to each other, having the headphones on, you know, laughing and joking, and really just, you know, gluing that record together with all of us in the booth was a really special moment for me.
Before we started recording the song, I got handed this bright red bass with gold pickguard, 4 times as expensive as anything I've ever played with. And then Joel Hamilton tells me, "Oh, by the way, pretty much anybody I've ever worked with has played on that." And I thought, wow, somebody's gonna look at this and say, all these people played this, and him. But it just added to how unreal the whole experience felt.
And not to mention all the equipment that he has in there is not only has so many hundreds of hours on it, but just like the quality of his equipment was just such an honor to play on. So in general, like the experience was kind of more of like an eye-opener for me specifically, because that's kind of how I see the future of all of our work, you know, is gonna be looking like, is playing on equipment like that, recording with people like Joel, and I could not be more excited about it.
It was such a monumental amazing shift for us, not just, you know, as a band, but individually. It really helped us to really step into who we truly are as musicians, to find a cohesiveness within the band itself, and to really expand ourselves.